Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am so happy you are here with me tonight, because what I want to share with you is not something planned, not something I thought about for days or weeks, but something that happened spontaneously, naturally, and left me with a memory I will probably carry with me for a long time. As you know, I'm a 30-year-old guy, living a busy life like many of you, juggling work, family, and the little things that come up every day. Usually my evenings are quiet or predictable, but tonight, everything was different because tonight I decided to ride my motorcycle through the city streets. And what made it even more special was that it was raining. Not just a light drizzle, but a steady evening rain. And for the first time in my life, I experienced riding through the rain at night without wearing a raincoat. And let me tell you, it was unforgettable when the evening began. I didn't have any big plans. I just felt a bit restless, like I needed to get out, clear my head, and feel the air outside. The day had been long, full of small tasks and responsibilities. And by the time the sun went down, I felt like my energy was still buzzing. Usually on nights like this, and I might watch something online, listen to music, or maybe meet a friend for coffee. But this time, something inside me told me to get on my motorcycle and just go. Just ride, just see where the road would take me. And so I grabbed my keys, walked outside, and felt the cool, damp air immediately, because the rain had already started falling. The ground was wet, the streetlights reflected off the shiny pavement, and the sound of raindrops was steady and soothing. Normally, when I see rain, my first thought is to stay inside, to avoid getting wet. But tonight, I didn't want to avoid it. I wanted to embrace it. I looked up at the sky, saw the misty glow of the streetlights through the rain, and for a moment I hesitated, thinking maybe I should go back in, grab my raincoat, or just wait until it stopped. But then another thought came to me. Why not ride without it? Why not feel the rain directly? Why not experience something new? After all, life is made of firsts, and this could be one of those memories that stays vivid forever. So I made my choice. I got on my bike, started the engine, and slowly rolled out into the rainy night. The first sensation was the cool splash of water on my face, tiny drops carried by the wind, hitting my skin, and instead of feeling uncomfortable, it felt refreshing, almost like a wake-up call. The city looked different in the rain. The lights shimmered on the wet surfaces. The colors of neon signs reflected in puddles, and every passing car created ripples of water that danced across the street. Riding through that scene felt like entering another world, a softer, quieter, dreamlike version of the city I see every day. The sound of the rain on my helmet, the sound of water under my tires, the hum of the engine blending with nature's rhythm. It was almost like music, a soundtrack to a private journey. At first, I rode carefully, slower than usual, making sure the wet road wouldn't surprise me. But as I got used to it, I began to relax and let myself enjoy the moment. The rain soaked through my clothes, drop by drop, until I was completely wet, but surprisingly, it didn't bother me. In fact, it made me feel alive. There was a strange freedom in letting go of the need to stay dry, in just accepting the rain as part of the ride. Normally, we try to protect ourselves from discomfort. We shield ourselves from the elements. But when you surrender to it, when you stop fighting, you find a new kind of peace. That was the lesson I was learning as I rode. And the more I thought about it, the deeper it felt. Maybe in life too. Sometimes, instead of resisting, we just need to let go and flow with what comes. The streets were not too crowded, maybe because the rain kept people indoors. But every now and then, I passed another rider, wrapped tightly in a raincoat, heads bent down, rushing through the wet night. And I wondered if they noticed me, riding without one, free and open to the rain. Maybe they thought I was careless. Maybe they thought I was crazy. But I didn't care, because for me it was not about appearances. It was about experience, about feeling something real. Each traffic light I stopped at gave me a moment to look around, to see the water streaming down the windshield of cars, the way headlights blurred into glowing streaks, the way the air smelled cleaner, fresher, like the rain had washed away the dust of the day. All my senses were awake, and I was present, fully present, in a way I rarely am. I kept riding, turning down familiar streets that now looked unfamiliar, almost magical under the rain. My mind wandered. I thought about childhood, about the times I used to run out into the rain, playing in puddles without a care in the world. And I realized that maybe this ride was helping me reconnect with that younger version of myself, the one who knew how to find joy in simple things. Somewhere along the way, I even started smiling, a big smile that no one could see, but that I could feel. Because in that moment, wet and alone on the road, I felt free, I felt young, I felt happy. As the minutes turned into an hour, I began to notice the rhythm of my thoughts matching the rhythm of the rain. Every drop seemed to carry away some of the stress I had been holding. Every splash seemed to remind me that life doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful. Yes, I was soaked. Yes, I would probably need a hot shower when I got home. But those things didn't matter. What mattered was the present moment. The ride, the feeling of rain on my skin, the sound of the city in the storm, the glow of the nightlights. It was almost like meditation, but moving, alive, vibrant. Eventually I slowed down, found a quieter road, and just cruised gently, letting the bike glide, letting myself breathe deeply, savoring the smell of wet earth, wet asphalt, wet leaves. I realized that sometimes we chase big adventures, faraway places, expensive experiences, but the truth is, magic can happen just outside your door, on an ordinary street, on an ordinary night, if you are open to it. This ride was proof of that, and I felt grateful for it. Finally, after a long loop through the city, I turned back toward home, dripping wet, a little cold, but strangely energized. Parking my bike, I looked up at the rain still falling, steady and endless, and I whispered a small thank you, because that rain had given me a gift, a memory, a lesson. I walked inside, left a trail of water on the floor, laughed at myself for how soaked I was. But deep down, I knew this night was special. And now I am here, sharing it with you. Because I want you to know that sometimes the best experiences come when you step outside your comfort zone. When you do something you've never done before. Even something as simple as riding in the rain without a raincoat. It's not about being reckless. It's about being alive. About feeling, about connecting with the world in a raw and honest way. I hope my story inspires you to find your own little adventures, to embrace the unexpected, and to see beauty in the ordinary. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being part of my journey. And I hope you enjoyed riding with me through this rainy night, even if only through my words. Until next time, take care, stay open to life's surprises, and I'll see you again in the next video. Goodbye, my friends, and thank you for always being here with me.